ng lesson number 2. So for lesson number 2, arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is a term of the arithmetic sequence that is between two given terms. So sa case natin, lagyan na lang natin ng label para malaman nyo kung ano yung tinutukoy natin sa situation na to. When you say arithmetic mean, kailangan meron tayong first term, kailangan meron tayong last term. Yung term between or terms between first and last term, yung i-classify natin as our arithmetic mean, provided na naka-arrange siya accordingly. So like for example, naka-arrange siya from lowest to highest or highest to lowest. Itong una kong minanipulate na given, arithmetic mean lang siya since we have one term or one number in between the first term and the last term. Ito sa part na to hindi pa tayo nag-solve kasi ni-define pa lang natin or next-explain pa lang natin yung definition nito. Yung 2 natin is our a sub 1, yung 10 natin is our a sub n. So in this case, itong 4, 6, and 8 natin will be our arithmetic mean. So in short, yung a sub 2, a sub 3, at a sub 4 ang arithmetic mean. Yung arithmetic extremes naman natin, yung a sub 1 as 2, yung a sub n or a sub 5 as 10. Doon naman sa isang example, yung arithmetic extremes natin, yung a sub 1 as 7, a sub n or a sub 3 as 19, ang arithmetic mean natin is 30. Meron tayong several methods or ways or means on how to compute for the arithmetic mean. So number 1 is yung by the use of the average method na tinatawag natin. So in getting the arithmetic mean between two numbers or terms, so like for example, yung a natin or yung a sub 1 natin as a, and then yung a sub n natin as b. So ito yung formula to be used. So we have a plus b divided by 2, or we have a sub 1 plus a sub n divided by 2. Applicable siya especially dito sa situation lang na to. Yung kagaya nung nasa pangalawa example, applicable lang siya if we are asked to identify the value of the arithmetic mean. So one number lang or term in between the first term and the last term. Pero syempre, for the first example, meron din tayong another set of formula to be used para ma-identify naman natin yung other terms. Ito yung mga kailangan natin i-consider in getting the arithmetic mean or means of the given. So in general, we can insert arithmetic means in an arithmetic sequence by doing the following. So number 1, label the terms of the sequence if necessary. So it is easier if you have a picture of what the sequence looks like. So mamaya, after reading the problem, so tatry natin siyang i-illustrate. Lalagay natin so far kung ano yung mga pwede natin ma-maximize na given. Number 2, mark the given. So this where your labels become useful. So our first term is a sub 1. Our last term is a sub n. And the number of terms n are the usual given. If this is not the case, make the first appearing number to be your a sub 1 and adjust the number of terms accordingly. Itong second line, very important to kasi may given tayo wherein hindi given yung first term. Just in case na hindi given yung first term, kung ano yung first appearing number na lang, will serve as your new a sub 1. And then, you can adjust the number of terms accordingly. Siyempre kung ilan yung na-trim down mo na terms, and then magiging possible adjustment mo, especially dun sa magiging problem natin, computation natin. Number 3, compute for the common difference. Number 4, add the common difference to the first term and then to the next term, thereafter until you reach the last term. So dito sa part na to, depende na kung gaano karaming arithmetic means yung hinahanap nyo. Pag arithmetic mean lang, enough na yung una na after getting the common difference, add nyo lang siya sa first term. Pag arithmetic means, syempre, kung gaano karaming arithmetic means yung kailangan nyo, ganoon din karami yung times na mag-add tayo ng common difference to generate those numbers. Then step 5, the numbers between a sub 1 and a sub n are the arithmetic means. Ito na yung magiging sagot natin. So try natin. So for number 1, what is the arithmetic mean between 60 and 80? So to answer this, we'll use the average method. Again, we'll use the average method. Ito yung A, ito yung B natin. Yung A natin, other term for A is A sub 1. Other term for B is A sub N. Yan siya. or kung isipin, pag nilagyan natin siya ng representation, yung 60 natin is our A sub 1, yung blank natin will be our arithmetic mean. Ito yung maging arithmetic mean natin, which is A sub 2. And then yung 70 natin will be our A sub n, or this will be our A sub 3. Yan siya. So try na natin i-solve. So using the formula A plus B divided by 2, ang A natin is 60 based on the problem. Then we have 80 naman for B. So upon adding 60 and 80, ang lalabas is 140, and then divided by 2. Diba, what is 140 divided by 2? So 140 divided by 2 is 70. Using ko lang pala to. 80 pala to. So ito yung term natin. So we have 70 for the second term of the given sequence following the common difference of 10, or the rule of adding 10 to the preceding term. Di ba ganyan yung magiging itsura? Yung binasa ko kaninang rule, hindi pa natin siya masyadong ma-observe or makikita since iba kasi yung method or approach na ginamit natin in answering itong type ng problem na to. Yung next part ng slide natin, so maging applicable yung binanggit ko kanina, 5 steps in determining the arithmetic mean or means of the given situation or example. Tayo sa number 1 pa rin, but this time, we will use yung second approach natin. Yung second approach by the use of the n-term formula. So the question is, what is the arithmetic mean between 60 and 80? Ganun pa rin. Try natin siyang i-picture out. Yung A sub 1 natin is 60. Yung arithmetic mean natin will be A sub 2. And then, yung A sub 3 natin, or ito yung magiging A sub n mo or last term, even naman siya as 80. Hanapin daw natin yung term in between 60 and 80 using this formula. Pag ang hinanap natin is arithmetic mean lang, siguro mas advisable to use yung average method natin, yung kanina. Pero you can also use this din, itong part na to, especially pag arithmetic means na yung hinahanap natin, kasi mas maganda to pag mas marami tayong hinahanap, or mas maganda siya pag more than one yung term na hinahanap natin. So, start tayo. So, in this case, yung A sub 1 natin is 60 or the first term. Yung A sub 3 natin as our third term or 80 yon. So, itong una, ito yung step 1. Itong part na to, this will be our step 2. Then, step 3 natin is to identify the common difference. So, to get the common difference, since wala tayong define or given na consecutive terms, we will use the n-term formula. Again, we will use the n-term formula. Yung A sub 3, ito rin yung A sub n natin. So, we have A sub n as 80, A sub 1 as 60, then we have 3 terms in total. Bakit kaya naging n equals 3 yan? Kung tutusin, di ba originally, dalawa lang yan. But since you need to insert one arithmetic mean, so 2 plus 1. Di ba? 2 plus 1 is 3. Kaya siya naging n equals 3. So, we have 3 minus 1 times d. Simplify this, we have to copy yung 80, copy nyo lang yung 60. Subtract 3 by 1 to get 2, then times d. So, meron tayong 2b. Then, subtract 60 on both sides of the equation. Pag nag-subtract ka ng 60 dito, subtract ka din ng 60 on the other side. So, you have 80 minus 60. So, nakuha na natin yan. And then, 60 plus 2d minus 60. Cancel out natin yung 60 part na to to make it 2d. Subtract natin 80 by 60 to get 20. Then, copy natin yung 2d. Then, we divide both sides of the equation by 2. So, pag dinivide natin siya by 2, we have 2d divided by 2 as d. Then, 20 divided by 2 as 10. So, we have d equals to 10. So, ito na yung magiging common difference natin. So, done na tayo for step number 3 at least. Step 4 natin, then ito na rin yung magiging interpretation natin para doon sa part ng step number 5. Step number 4, di ba, after computing for the common difference, to solve for A sub 2, kailangan daw natin yung term before A sub 2, which is A sub 1, and then yung value ng D. So yung a sub 1 is 60, ang value ng d natin is 10. So add 60 by 10 to make it 70. So yun yung magiging sagot natin, especially for this item. So yun na yung magiging sagot natin for question number 1. So let's continue with our discussion. So done na tayo for example number 1 using two methods. Yung una nating method is by the use of the average formula. Yung pangalawa naman, we use the entering formula to generate the common difference. And then by adding the common difference, we identify yung next term natin, a sub 2, which is the arithmetic mean of the given sequence. So, ganun lang naman siya kasimple or ganun lang siya as in kadali. Next natin, doon tayo sa number 2. What if hindi lang isa yung dadagdag natin na mean? So, in this example, let's say we want to insert 4 terms or 4 arithmetic means between 7 and 47. So, the problem simply means that we put 4 numbers between 7 and 47 so that the 6th number will form an arithmetic sequence. So, first step natin, we label the terms of the given sequence. In this case, you will use the formula of the arithmetic sequence. Yung formula natin ulit in finding the n term. Ito yung magiging itsura niyan after natin basahin yung problem. So, yung 7 natin will be our a sub 1. Yung 47 natin will be our a sub 6 or a sub n. Siyempre, hindi nagdag nating 4. Ito yung magiging arithmetic means natin. So, we need to solve for the value of a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and then we have a sub 5. So, ganun din. So, this time, we cannot use the average method anymore. So, gagawin lang natin yung formula in finding the n term. Tapos, introduce tayo ng panibagong formula that we can use especially for this situation to avoid yung yung concept ng tao dito, yung pag-simplify minsan, especially in dealing with algebraic manipulations. So, start tayo. A sub 1 natin is 7, A sub 6 natin is 47. Yung n natin, before tayo nag-start with n equal to 6, n equals to 2 lang talaga siya. Since we have the first term and the last term. Since mag-insert pa tayo ng 4, so 2 plus 4 siya to make it 6. Hanapin natin yung common difference. So, to compute for the common difference, we will use the formula a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Based on this, ang a sub n natin is 47. Ang a sub 1 natin is 7. Ang n natin is we have 6. So, we have 6 minus 1 since 6 minus 1, n minus 1 yung nandito. Then times d. Simplify this, copy nyo yung 47 sa yung 7. Subtract 6 and 1 to make it 5. So, 5 times d is 5d. So, may time 47 equals 7 plus 5d. So, let's siya. Subtract both side by 7. Subtract tayo doon ng 7 dito. Then, subtract din doon ng 7 on the other side. of the equation. So, yun siya. So, we have 7 plus 5d minus 7. Maka-cancel out to get 5d. And then we have 47 minus 7. So, 47 minus 7 is 40. Then, copy nyo lang yung 5d. Divide both side by 5. So, 5d divided by 5. Then, 40 divided by 5. 5d divided by 5 is d. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So, means the common difference will be equal to 8. Actually, pwede mo na nga siya diretso dito, di ba? So, magiging 15 to plus 8. So, plus 8 ulit. So, to get 23. Plus 8 to make it 39. Plus 8, 31. Plus 8 to make it 39. Ito yung mga magiging sagot natin, especially for this problem or item. Next natin, ito na yung step number 4 bale, no? Pakita na natin yung step 1 to 3 dun sa first few part ng diniscuss natin. To find the four arithmetic means between 7 and 47, you need to add the common difference of the first term and so on. Ito yung magiging itsura nun. To get a sub 2, you need a sub 1 and the common difference. To get a sub 3, you need a sub 2 and the common difference. To get a sub 4, you need a sub 3 and the common difference. And then, to get a sub 5, you need a sub 4 and the common difference. So, basahin ko na lang to. Second term tayo, we have a sub 2 equals 7 plus 8. So, 7 plus 8 will be 15. Ito yung una nating hinahanap. So, next natin, for our third term, we have a sub 3 equals 15 plus 8. So, another plus 8. So, meron tayong 23. So, ito yung pangalawang term na need natin. Next natin, we have the fourth term. So, a sub 4 equals 23 plus 8. So, 23 plus 8 is 31. Ito yung third one na need natin. And then lastly, a sub 5 is equal to 31 plus 8. So, 31 plus 8 will be 39. Correct natin tong part na to. So, this will be 39. So, the sequence is 7, 15, 23, 31, 39, and 47. Pag tinanong tayo kung ano yung buong sequence, yun. Yung binanggit natin, including yung first and last term, yung 7 and 47. Pero pag tinatanong lang sa atin, yung topic lang or idea about getting the arithmetic means, yung apat lang. Yung apat na terms lang in between the first term and the last term of the sequence, which are yung 15, 23, 31, and then we have 39. So, next natin. Itong part na to, number 3 na pala to. May mga typo tayo ng konti, especially dito sa presentation. Pero, yung iba dito, na-fix ko naman na sa school or naayos na muna natin. After this, puputulin ko yung slide, yung live natin so far. And then, mag-form tayo ulit ng panibagong live for part 2 kasi yung kasunod nun, arithmetic series na, so more on word problems na to. So, maganda siyang siguro i-discuss ng nakaiwalay kasi medyo mahaba na or bumahaba na yung natin yung live natin so far. So, next natin, doon tayo sa number 3 natin. So, if the third term of the arithmetic sequence is 1, and the ninth term of the sequence is negative 17. So, write the first 9 terms of the sequence. Kung sinabi natin write the first 9 terms of the sequence, kailangan natin isama si third term as 1 and yung 9th term natin as negative 17. So, to start with, ito yung first step. So, we first write the sequence and describe in the problem. So, ito yung magiging itsura niya. Step 2 natin, next is the label the terms. Note that a sub 1 is not given, so we will use the first term. First term appearing number to be our a sub 1 and adjust the number of terms accordingly. Kung maisip natin, originally, itong first two blanks natin, ito yung a sub 1. Ito yung part ng a sub 2 natin. Di ba yung 1 natin is a sub 3? But right now, nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag ng relabeling of terms. Nagkaroon tayo ng relabeling of terms, di ba? Itong part na to will be our a sub 4. Ito yung a sub 5, a sub 6. Then this will be our a sub 7. Ito yung a sub 8. Ito yung part ng a sub 9 natin. But right now, in this presentation, kung makikita nyo, hindi na siya nasunod, di ba? Nabago yung term natin kasi meron tayong clause dun sa sa procedure natin kanina. Pag wala tayong first term, sabi doon, di ba? In this, so we will use the first appearing number to be our a sub 1. Yung first appearing number natin is yung part ng a sub 3. So siya na yung magiging yung a sub 1 natin for this solution only or for this procedure alone. So itong a sub 9 natin will be a sub 7 na or new this will be our new a sub 7. So now we will use a sub 1 as 1, then a sub 7 as negative 17. So next we determine the common difference. So ang gagawin muna natin so far, ito lang muna. Ito lang muna yung gagamitin natin so far. And then for the meantime, we will not use the original first two terms of the sequence. Ayan na. For the meantime, we will not use the first two terms of the given sequence. Mag-i-start tayo with a sub 3 up to a sub 9 or the new a sub 1 up to a sub 7 to identify the value of the common difference. So, done na tayo ng hanggang step number 2, no? So, step number 3 natin, we will try to solve for the value of the common difference. Kaya kanina, ang n talaga natin originally is 9, but since we will not use the first two in this solution, siguro okay na muna yung n equal to 7 kasi yung 7 times na yung kailangan natin. Ang a sub 1 natin in this, yung a sub 3. Yung a sub 3 natin which is 1. Then yung a sub n natin or n term natin is negative 17. Hindi naman siya question kung siya yung a sub 7 or a sub 9 because still yung negative 17 is our last term or n term of the sequence. Siguro ito lang gusto kong lagyan ng highlight or note itong dalawang term na to. Okay na, yung a sub 3, siya yung magiging yung a sub 1 na naging, ang tawag dito, na naging 1 pa rin naman. Next natin, yung n natin, originally 9, naging 7 lang. Kasi ba't siya naging 7? Because we do not use yung first two terms ng sequence sa ngayon. And then we will solve for the value of b. So we have a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times b. Ito yung formula to be used. We replace yung a sub n as negative 17. We replace a sub 1 as 1. Yung n minus 1 natin will be 7 minus 1 since n is equal to 7. And then unknown yung common difference. To simplify this, copy nyo muna yung first two. Yung negative 17 equal sign saka yung 1. We subtract 7 and 1 to get 6 and then multiply by d to get 6d. Then we simplify, nakalagay dyan, subtract 1 from the both side of the equation. So minus 1 tayo dito. Then minus 1 din tayo dito sa kabilang side. May iwan sa atin bali is we have minus 17 minus 1. Then 1 plus 6d minus 1. Cancel out na tong 1 sa negative 1 to make it 6d. Simplify, negative 17 minus 1 is negative 18, then equal 6d. Next procedure, divide both sides by 6. So 6d divided by 6 is d. Negative 18 divided by 6 is negative 3. So the common difference will be equal to negative 3. So yun siya. To find the first two terms, so we simply subtract the common difference which is negative 3 from 1. Then to find the remaining terms, we simply add the common difference which is negative 3 to 1 and so on. So therefore, the first 9 terms of the arithmetic sequence are 7, 4, 1, negative 2, negative 5, negative 8, negative 11, negative 14, and negative 17. So mamaya na natin tingnan yung tip na yan or another formula. Siguro yung other formula na yan, we'll use the other formula dun sa problem number 2 natin. Tapos yung problem number 3. So, babalikan natin yung ginawa natin as in kanina. Try muna natin ito sagutan. Or try na muna natin ito as in gawin. Sabi doon sa instruction sa atin, subtract the common difference by which is negative 3 from 1. Ano mangyayari doon? So, to get a sub 2, ang formula to be used natin to get a sub 2 is a sub 3 minus yung common difference natin. Yung gagamitin. Yung a sub 1 naman, we have a sub 1 equals a sub 2 minus the common difference. So, pabaliktad naman siya. Di ba normally ginagawa natin, we add the common difference. Kaso, nandun kasi tayo sa other side ng sequence natin, yung arrangement natin. So, instead of adding, subtract yung gagawin natin. Di ba meron tayo ditong 1 for a sub 3 minus negative 3, di ba? So, we have negative 3. Remember, when you subtract 1 by negative 3, para lang siyang 1 plus 3. So, 1 plus 3 is what? 1 plus 3 is 4. So, next natin, doon sa kabilang side, we have a sub 1. Meron tayong 4 minus, we have negative 3. So, 4 minus negative 3 is just the same with 4 plus 3. Diba yung 4 plus 3 is 7. So, na-generate na natin yung first 2. Wala nang problem regarding that. So, we have 7, 4, and then 1. Next natin, pakita ko na lang yung ilan tapos hindi na natin tatapusin kasi pwede ko naman na siyang idiretso since ang rule lang naman natin, di ba, is we add negative 3 or para lang tayo nag-subtract ng 3. Yun ang naging itsura. To get a sub 4, ang kailangan natin dyan is we need a sub 3 minus the plus the common difference. Again na, plus the common difference. Ang a sub 3 natin is 1. Ang common difference natin is negative 3. Remember, when you add 1 by negative 3, ang lalabas natin dyan is negative 2. So, lagay nyo dito sa space na to, this will be negative 2. Next natin, gawin ko yung a sub 5. Tapos after a sub 5, i-perform na lang natin siya ng dire-diretso. Hindi ko na ito isusulat dito. Meron tayong a sub 4 plus the common difference. Ang a sub 4 natin, kanina nasolve na natin siya as negative 2. Then mag-add tayo ng negative 3 since the common difference is negative 3. Diba, when you add negative 2 by negative 3, ang resulting value natin will be negative 5. So, lalagyan natin dito negative 5. We have negative 8, negative 11. Kasi subtract by 3 lang lagi. So, we have negative 14. So, ito yung mga magiging corresponding answers natin or values. When we perform yung part 4, a sub 6, a sub 7, a sub 8, and so on. Kung mapapansin nyo, hindi ko na nasunod yung label na nandito sa baba kasi pinalik ko na siya sa dati. Kung sinabi natin pinalik sa dati, ito na yung a sub 1, ito na yung a sub 2, ito na yung a sub 3, ito na yung a sub 4, ito na yung a sub 5, a sub 6, a sub 7, a sub 8, and then yung negative 70 natin, binalik ko na lang siya again as our a sub 9. Kasi originally, a sub 9 naman talaga yan. Diba? Originally, this is a sub 9. So next natin, meron pa pala tayo isang formula to be used that we can use in getting the common difference without any, yung medyo less lang yung manipulation natin sa equation. So we can derive the formula for finding the common difference. So we have a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So, we can find the difference by using the given formula. Actually, medyo nire-state ko lang ito ng konti. Ibang ginamit natin is we have d is equal to a sub n minus a sub k. Diba? Then, divided by n minus k. Yan yung ginamit natin. Wherein, ang a sub n natin is our n term. Again, ang a sub n natin is our n term. Yung a sub k natin, usually siya yung a sub 1, pero pag wala, siya yung first appearing term sa sequence. So, lagay ko na lang dito muna for the meantime as the first term. Wala namang problem if you will use a sub k. Kasi ako, yun kasi yung ginamit ko. But in this slide, we have a sub 1, so okay lang din naman yan. Then, yung n natin, will depend upon dun sa subscript na tinatawag natin. Yung subscript na tinatawag natin, yung smaller number after the variable. Subscript of what? Yung subscript ng a sub n to. So, nakadepende pala yung n with the value of n dun sa part ng a sub n. Next natin, yung k naman natin will depend dun sa magiging value ng subscript ng a sub k natin. Ayun na, this will depend dun sa part ng value ng A sub k. So, ito yung magiging formula to be used. Try natin siyang gamitin dun sa problem number 2, then problem number 3. Tapos, i-end muna natin yung, yung live. Then, after ending this live, mag-open ako panibago. Try natin tapusin yung lesson number 3. So, try natin siyang sagutin using this approach. Yung A sub n natin or last term natin is 47. Wala naman siguro ang question about that. So, yung A sub n natin, siya yung A sub 6. Yung A sub k natin, sabi natin yung A sub k is the first appearing number or kung hindi man, yung first term. Yung first term natin is 7. So, meron tayong 47 and 7. The next natin, hanapin yung value ng k saka ng n or k. N and k. Yung n natin, yung subscript ng a sub n, di ba a sub 6 din yan. So it means the value of n is 6. Then yung k natin is a sub 1. Yung subscript ng k natin or subscript ng a sub 1 is 1. So we have 1. Ayan siya. Then yung formula, di ba, we have a sub n minus a sub k divided by n minus k. Diba? Divided by n minus k to compute or solve for the value of d. Ito yan eh. So, next natin yung a sub n is 47. Ang a sub k natin is 7. Then, i-divide natin siya by 6 minus 1. Diba itong part na ito, very minimal na yung computation natin kaysa yung kanina. 47 minus 7 is 40. And then 6 minus 1 is 5. So we have 40 minus 5. So 40 minus 5 is 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So yung magiging difference natin will be equal to 8. Kagaya lang din ng kanina. Kinagandahan lang kasi nito. Itong formula na to, kumpara dun sa una nating formula. Dito kasi, after substitution, wag kailangan ng D or hindi given yung D, diba? I-distribute pa yung D. Eh, minsan may problem tayo about multiplying terms. Then, na-apply pa yung mga addition property, subtraction property, and then, division property to simplify yung given term. Tapos dito, nagkakaroon pa ng situation or part na parang may fractional part, diba? Kasi nga, by division property of equality. Hindi gaya dito. Medyo malilesa natin. Gagawin nyo lang, i-subtract sa numerator, subtract sa denominator, and then after getting this, sinisimplify na agad. Next natin, try natin dun sa number 3 na problem. Try natin dito sa number 3 kung anong mangyayari dito sa number 3. Sa number 3 natin, di ba, we have a sub n. Ang a sub n natin, ito yung a sub 9 before, na naging a sub 7. Ang value nun, di ba, is we have negative 17. Ito yung other approach or solution. Next natin, yung a sub k natin, siya yung a sub 3 before, na naging a sub 1 na. Originally, ang value ng a sub 3 natin is positive 1. Ayun yung given. Next natin, dun tayo sa part ng n saka ng k. In-highlight ko na to sa klase ko sa inyo. Itong part na to, if you want to use yung old representation natin, ang n natin is 9, ang k natin is 3. If you want to use yung new, ako kasi yun yung ginamit ko sa klase. So we have 7, ito naman yung part ng 1. Wala namang problem as long as you are consistent dun sa pag-represent. Bawal yung mag-cross tayo yung 9 tas 1 ang ginamit, 7 3 ginamit. Dapat 9 and 3, 7 and 1 kasi doon sa solution natin na n minus k, ma-represerve naman yung given eh. Wala siyang problem at all kasi when you subtract 9 by 3, 6 yan. 7 minus 1, 6 pa rin yan. So, yun lang. So, we have n, d is equal to a sub n minus a sub k divided by n minus k. Yung a sub n natin is negative 17 minus yung 1 natin na a sub k divided by yung nyo na lang ang gagamitin ko. Yung nyo na lang gamitin natin. And then we have 7 minus 1. So, negative 17 minus 1 will be equal to negative 18. And then 7 minus 1 will be equal to 6. So, negative 18 divided by 6 will be equal to negative 3. So, nagkama pa rin tayo with the same value 40. Siyempre, pag natapos nyo yan, babalik kayo sa step 4. Ito yung step 4, di ba? Yung nag-add tayo para ma-generate nyo yung mga terms. Dito, binanggit lahat ng number kasi nga, ang kailangan natin, find the 9 terms of the given sequence. Lahat pinakita. Pero kung arithmetic mean lang, itong ibang terms lang. Itong 4 hanggang 4, negative 14. Pero sa cases nito, very special to eh. Yung negative 2 saka negative 14, saka yung 7 and 4 lang talaga yung hinahanap natin. Dito naman sa case na kabila, sa kabila maganda yung nasa una kasi very defined kung ano yung tinatanong. Ganun din yung magiging possible solution natin for this given item. So, i-end ko lang muna yung live natin and pag nagkaroon tayo ng next na stream, ito na yung magiging next topic natin. Yung topic natin